Hey guys, so it's Tyree again, and I'm gonna show some more of my albums. And if you guys want to know how Dexter is doing, he's no longer with us anymore, unfortunately. I kind of want to talk a bit about Dexter before I get into this because he was so important to me. But we actually the day I uploaded the last one like 2 days ago, we actually put him down that night. We were originally going to put him down the day after, but we felt like he was in so much pain and he just seemed like he was rapidly declining, and we just didn't think he would make it. We felt like he would die in his sleep, so we just wanted to, we kind of just wanted to see if we can put him down like that night because we didn't think he would make it, and we just thought he was in so much pain. And I remember I was crying, bawling all the way through there, and and they would only let two people in, so I let my mom and my sister go in because of the COVID thing. But and the second I saw my mom and sister come out, I just started freaking out and just cried and everything. I don't know. I really didn't want to see him die, and that's kind of a reason why I didn't want to go in there. But also, just my little sister really liked him, and I felt like he might have been closest to my mom. But Dexter, one reason that really makes me upset about his passing is he was kind of a cat that he was kind of almost everyone's favorite. And even my dad doesn't even like pets, and he really liked Dexter. And I remember he would, like when he was with us, when he was all upstairs and he was healthy, he would always go over by me, and whenever I would be on my bed, I could be doing whatever, he would just come over to me and just cuddle up with me. And it was a really sweet cat. He was very affectionate. Sometimes I felt like he was more affectionate than my two dogs, and I'm really gonna miss Dexter. But we're having him cremated, and we're gonna have someone paint a picture of him. And yeah, I'm really gonna miss Dexter. He was a very good cat. But anyway, so let's go into the records. Anyways, so let's see here. Make sure okay, so you can start the timer now. Oh, it's already going? Okay, you guys started over. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're good. Alright, now this is Transia Express by Kraftwerk, and I think I brought it up in the other one when I showed you the Man Machine, but this is the album that came out before the Man Machine, and I would say it's one of the more experimental works. I'm not counting their first 3 releases. I'm not too big on their first two. The first two are my least favorite. They're rock influence albums, but out of their electronic music works, this one might be their most experimental and a bit difficult to get into, but this one's a fan favorite for really diehard fans. This one's probably my 3rd favorite release by them, though. I think the Man Machine and Computer World are better, but this is a really great release too. It took me a bit to get into, and one thing I think is kind of interesting is that the title track is almost kind of like made into separate continuations, I guess, and I don't know, but it's kind of like an album that kind of starts out really bright and sunny and peaceful, and then it kind of gets darker the more it kind of goes on. And all their albums come with booklets. And Florian, the founder of this group, died sometime in April, like last month. He died a month ago, unfortunately, but he was a great loss for music, in my opinion. But yeah, this is a good album, like pretty good. Let's see here. This one, I think I went for this. No, I don't think I did. Okay, this one's Revolver by the Beatles. And this was my favorite Beatles album for a bit. It's probably my 3rd favorite now, though. This has some pretty good songs on it, though. I think the song Yellow Submarine, I think, is one of the more overrated songs, but it's still alright. But Tomorrow Never Knows is one of my favorite Beatles songs, though. And Eleanor Rigby's another good song, and the cover's pretty cool. I think Sgt. Pepper's kind of overrated in my opinion though, but his cover's pretty cool. I think with all different sorts of photos of them. Yeah, but anyways, let me see here. Alright, this is the Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, and this is a David Bowie album. A lot of people kind of see this as his best work, and for me, it's my favorite release by him now. But still a really, really good album though. I think I prefer Low and his last album, Black Star, over this. This is still a pretty good release. It's a concept album too. But my favorite song, Starman, is on here. It's a concept album. It's a little science fiction kind of. This alien invader comes to Earth and he becomes a rock star. It's kind of what the concept of it is. This one's Agatus Byron by Sigur Rós, and they're from Iceland. They're a group from Iceland, and their music's obviously in Icelandic, but they're a post-rock group. And they actually got some decent recognition for a post-rock group from Iceland, but maybe that's... Iceland has a really, really good music scene, actually. There's Bjork, there's this group, there's Mum, and several movie composers from Iceland. Iceland has a really good music scene, even though they're not a very popular country, but this is one of them. And they're kind of a group I don't listen to for the lyrics because I can't understand what they're saying, but because it's in Icelandic. But the music sounds really nice. It's very, very beautiful music though. But I think I prefer the album that came after this, the Untitled one, the Brackets album, over this one. But I don't own that one. It's kind of weird. But it's my second favorite release by them. Even though that album, Agatus Byron, is kind of considered to be their best. But this one's Nonagon Infinity by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and they're an Australian psychedelic rock group, but they've kind of done different sorts of styles. They've done heavy metal, they've done psychedelic rock, they've done psychedelic pop and boogie rock and all different types of music. But they kind of released several albums in 1 year. In 2017, they released 5 albums in 1 year. I remember. And they usually do 2 albums a year, but they released 5 albums in 1 year one time. And I think last year they released 2 albums, but they're a really busy group. They're pretty interesting. And this is my favorite release by them now. And then the record is a green and black. And this is an album that's supposed to be, it's called Nonagon Infinity because it's meant to be played on an infinite loop. With the record is a bit hard to do because it's more something digitally, but with this the side A, kind of the beginning of side A is the outro of side D of side B, and the outro to side A is the beginning of side B, and the intro to side B is the outro to side A. I guess that's what they did, but on the MP3, it's kind of supposed to be meant to play it in a endless loop. And it's not the only album that did that, but I think it's one that took it in a very unique route, I guess you could say. Let's see here. One is Black Saint and the Sinner Lady by Charles Mingus. And this was my favorite jazz album for a really, really, really long time, but I think I might prefer Electric Masadas at the Mountains of Madness over this now, but this is still a really good album though. This is kind of seen as one of the big 3 of the jazz classics, along with Kinda Blue by Miles Davis and Love Supreme by John Coltrane, but although I think maybe Bitches Brew should have been Miles Davis's kind of masterpiece, though that's okay. But this is interesting kind of work, I guess. It kind of tells all about the making of the album. Anyways, that's kind of it. Let me see here. So what else we got? Okay, so this one is Discovery by Daft Punk. And they probably heard Daft Punk. They're pretty well known, electronic music group from France. And this is kind of their most well-known release, I'd probably say. It's my favorite out of their studio albums, but I think I like Alive 2007 more than this. But out of their studio albums, this one's my favorite. It has a lot of the more well-known songs of the 2000s in it, I'd probably say. really, really well produced. It's also a concept album too, I think. I think it's supposed to be I don't know if you've seen the music videos with those blue anime characters. I forgot what the movie is, but the movie kind of runs along the theme of the concept album. Is kind of follows in with the anime, I think, or something like that they made the music for, or something like that. But I don't know if you really consider this a soundtrack. Maybe too. Some people consider that. I've never seen the movie, but I just kind of listened to the album. I could be. So, but anyway, so let me see here. This one is Mystic Styles by 36 Mafia. And this one's actually signed by Juicy J and DJ Ball. And they're arguably the most well-known group in the Memphis rap scene. And they actually kind of got really popular when they switched to crunk music. But I don't really like the crunk style they did all that much. I think they do Memphis rap better. And this Memphis rap is really, really kind of similar to horrorcore, I guess you can kind of call it, but Memphis rap is one of my favorite styles of hip-hop music, and it's usually has really sinister sounding beats and a lot of really lo-fi samples. It's kind of and it was a really, really, this album's a really, really big influence on trap rap, which is a really popular style of hip-hop, the most popular style of hip-hop, and this album is very, very influential in that scene. A lot of artists have trap rap artists today, like Travis Scott and I don't know, maybe Playboy Cardi and a bunch of other artists have cited this album as an influence. The album's red. Kind of fits the theme, the kind of horror-inspired theme of the album. Anyway, so I guess we'll probably do one more. Then I'll probably edit over today. Okay. This is Year Zero by 9 Inch Nails. And this is actually one of the albums I kind of regret getting, in all honesty, if I had to say. And the reason why I say that is this was my favorite 9 Inch Nails album for a brief time because I was really, really, really into cyberpunk at one point, like Blade Runner and all that stuff. And I thought 9 Inch Nails doing a concept album on a cyberpunk influence kind of concept album I thought was really, really cool. And I still really like this album, I just don't think it's their best anymore, and I don't think a lot of people really do, but for some reason I did for a bit. But it's still really one of the more underrated projects, in my opinion, though. But this is a really politically themed album too. It's called Year Zero because it's like the world has become all corrupt and it has to start the whole like Earth over, I guess, so it's like Year Zero or something, I think is what it kind of is, but it's a post-apocalyptic kind of a concept-themed album. The song Zero Sum, the last track, is actually one of my favorite 9 Inch Nails songs, so that's kind of the back of it, the engraving. Alright, that's kind of it, though. And I appreciate you all for, well, don't end it now, Carter, though, but don't end it yet, but I was going to say, I want to say I'm very, very happy with the positive support I got on the last one I did. And I really appreciate the positive feedback I got on my last one. Because I know losing a pet is very, very hard and a very difficult thing for me to kind of go through. And I remember the last time I had a pet that was a cat or a dog pass away was, I don't know, when I was a little boy. My mom had a dog that she raised and still had when I was a little kid, and I remember it loving me, and I was there when it died, and I remember we left him off over in my grandma's house, and I remember hugging him and saying, I love you, I'm never going to have another dog like you, and everything like that. I don't know, it's been so long ago, but I remember being so upset. So this happened to me, it was just really, 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 really sad point in my life when Dexter had to pass away. He might have been my favorite out of my pets, actually. Dexter might have been. And but yeah, I really, really appreciate the feedback I got from that, and it really kind of makes me happy that you guys are understanding And that's kind of it, guys. So thanks for watching. Bye.